Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum. In the last episode, we were north of Fort Saffron clearing out bandits, as well as doing some other stuff. And it was a tight battle, if I must say so myself. A couple of reloads there, mostly because getting obliterated by magic is damn annoying. Ring of Grief, still got to get rid of you. Dancing Boots, got to get rid of you. Oh, that's all my healing herbs gone. Didn't want to do that. There's not all of them gone, is it? Yeah, because you haven't got any. Well, that was a bit of a bugger, wasn't it? Okay. And we were doing so well as well. Fortunately, there's no... I mean, I could have bought back the healing herbs, but to be honest, I didn't want to. And the return compared to what you get for selling them is so low. Well, I say so low. It's getting better because we've got some decent barter skill, but yeah. Can we do some trading? Let's try this again. Okay. Sanctuary level 2. What does Sanctuary level 2 do? Powerful defenses. Other sort of protection. Okay. But that's about it, because what we are going to do is go in here. Okay, you can have Summon Aid and Beast Ceremony level 2. Okay. Because if we look, Summon Aid Beast level 2, Ceremony level 2, it does more and more beneficial things. That's what it says. More and more beneficial things. Okay. grief. Go away. Dancing boots. Go away. Okay. Okay, so see a large group of armoured men and women. They're sitting around a bonfire some distance away. They haven't noticed you. Approach and talk to them. You approach carefully, afraid of a bandit ambush. Then you see that the people are wearing the insignia of the Avernum army. They seem to be friends. Still wary, you greet them. The commander tells you that they are there watching for bandits and warns you that they have a hideout somewhere around here. You thank her and depart. Really? Because, yeah. Chasm of the Spire. Welcome to the Spire. You read Fort Spire. Be sure to check in before going across. Okay. Guard looks through the window and sees you. He looks through a large book and says, "You need to check in before entering the abyss, otherwise we can't let you out. Come inside and talk to Bowman. He'll talk to you." Okay. A tall man with long curly hair sits behind the counter working on a ledger. He wears nice clothes and a sash of office. Are you mayor here? Actually, I'm liaison for the Tower of the Spire. That's a fancy way of saying I greet visitors. This outpost is far too small to have a mayor or even a captain. What spire? The one you're standing in. The huge stone pillar coming from the pit below, upon which this building is built. I'm sure you saw it while crossing the bridge. Who do you normally greet? There are two sorts of visitors: prisoners headed for the abyss and adventurers crossing on some fool's errand. What is the abyss? That's what we call the huge cavern to the north, where we send all the violent misfits that don't belong in Avernum. I greet them, tell them what to expect, and brief them before they get sent on their way. So they get banished to Avernum, and then Avernum banishes them there. Ironic, isn't it? But necessary. Sometimes the Empire sends down a few hard cases to make our lives interesting. Murderers, pirates, worse, criminals we don't need to execute get sent to the abyss. We don't have the resources to imprison them. Is it safe for me to go up there? No, the residents of the abyss are not fond of Avernites. Voles, they call us. They'll deal with you, but they can be very dangerous. Okay, what is that sash? Shows that I'm a chief representative of Avernum government here at this fortress. Are any jobs need doing round here? Yes. You seem known well enough that I can tell you. There is a bandit lair hidden south of here, between here and Fort Saffron. I have been authorized to give a bounty of 500 coins to whoever slays their chieftain. We killed the leader of the bandit group south of here. Did you? That would explain the drop-off in bandit attacks recently. Well done. He leaves the room, returns with a sack of silver coins. Thank you for your help. The merchants of the Great Cave owe you a considerable debt. So we did get a reward for it in the end. Just not from the Mayor of Darman. Talking to Wendy. A woman in chainmail sits watching through the barred window. What have you been fighting lately? Not much. I've been bored mostly, watching the people who go through, making sure only those who should return can. It's tedious work. I'd much rather be working on my hobby. Oh really? What's your hobby? She smiles coyly. Weaponry. I collect blades. As a matter of fact, at the moment I'm looking for a scimitar. She looks at you as if she's expecting you to say something. What's a scimitar? She seems disappointed. It's a weapon, very deadly. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm very busy, sorry. Uh-huh. We'll see you on the way back, because I'm getting the feeling that that's some sort of rebel group. Talking to Captain Allison, a thin woman with reddish blonde hair, peers through a narrow barred window. Occasionally, she sifts comfortably in her armour. What are you doing? Well, I'm in charge of the tower, but we're short-handed, so I pull shifts watching the portcullis. Tell me about this tower. The Tower of the Spire, an impressive piece of work, no? It's the main barrier between us and the reprobates of the Abyss. What is the Abyss? It is the prison of Avernum. I hear they have 2 towns there. They can do what they want as long as they do it away from us. Tell me about the first town. That would be Spire. Not to be confused with Fort Spire. That's an ugly place. Brigands, blood sports, a vicious, nasty mayor. Watch your back in there. Tell me about the second town. Barga. Don't know much about it. All I know is that they fight a lot of giants and that some people there seem to be halfway decent. Only halfway, mind you. Okay. How do you know when to open the portcullis? I have lists of everyone who we sent through and who can come back. If they aren't on them, we have to assume they belong in the Abyss. It's harsh, sure, but the Abyss is where we put the criminals, thieves, murderers and the like. We have a right to keep those people away from us. How do we get on that list? Go talk to Bowman, he'll help you. Okay. So for now, I'm not telling you about no box. Hell no. Talking to Reynolds. A priest with a sour expression sits at the table, guzzling now. So what is it you're trying to forget? I'm a former missionary. He stresses the word former. A missionary from where? I just came from the Abyss. I was trying to bring some of their less horrible souls to a more peaceful state when I suffered the fate of the holy. What fate is that? The derision of those who live far from grace. It could have been worse, of course. They could have killed me. He sighs and drinks. Anyway, I failed and fled. Now I'm going to the castle. What interesting things have you heard in the Abyss? I have information on goings on in the Abyss. There are 2 towns, Spire and Barga. Barga is to the north, and they're busy fighting off giants. They're doing much better than you would expect. They have some fierce fighters there. I also heard rumours of a dragon, but nothing specific or useful. Good day to you. See, what about you? No. What about you? No. Okay. A small balding man with a lined face and cold eyes looks at you. He's not what one would call inspiring a trust. Why are you locked up? I'm being sent to the Abyss by these voles and they don't want me to escape. Voles? Yes, that's what we Abyss folk call the people of Avernum. Voles, quiet, placid, content to hide in their holes. Okay. You're pathetic. He spits at you and turns away. Why are you locked up? And what voles might those be? On the surface world, I was an official, powerful and high in rank. Then a rival sent me down here, and the slugs down here have no sense at all. And the slugs would be the pale voles, like yourself, people who have nothing to offer up above. I'm not like you at all. What makes you think we have no sense? I was in the running to be mayor of Almaria. I try a few minor manoeuvres, things that would have been considered perfectly normal in the world above, and they get all self-righteous and send me here. The things I could have done for them, the worms, he spits in disgust. Huh. So. Could have been anyone, officer. We certainly didn't do it. Don't know what you mean. Could have been anyone. Well, you know how it is, officer. Sometimes, you know, doors get stuck and need opening. So it kind of helps if we keep practicing the lock-picking skills in case of emergencies. Okay. Okay. What is that sash? Are you mayor here? What spire? Who do you normally greet? Do many adventurers head into the abyss? Yes. Lord knows why anyone would want to go up there, but some do, and it's not my job to stop them. Anyway, I give them information, make sure they aren't smuggling anything, and check them in. Smuggling? What might people smuggle? Stolen goods and dangerous magic items mainly. Nobody has yet made any dangerous drugs down here, thank goodness. But a lot of stolen items end up finding their way north of here. What can you tell me about the abyss? Well, the people are awful. There are giants, lots of bandits, very unpleasant. That pretty much sums it up. I need to check in. He asks your names and writes them down in a ledger. He also writes down a brief description of you. Finally, he says, excellent. Now, when you want to pass by, just walk right up to the gate to the east, and a guard will let you through. Thank you. Hello. You tell your names to the guard on the other side of the narrow barred window. After a moment, the portcullis slides open. Your way to the abyss is open. As you try to pass through the gate, the large green rune glows. The box you were given in Almaria suddenly becomes incredibly heavy. You stumble, then stop. When you back away, the box becomes light again. So I can't pass there with this box unless there's a way to get through it. And I am not giving it to anyone. I wonder if there's a way through here somewhere. Okay. I don't think I can do that yet. Well, I probably could, but sounds as if I may need to find another way to cross the chasm. And do we know another way to cross the chasm? Well, we might do. You've checked in so we can come back that way. Lorsk. Let's see what we got. Endurance, 8 points, yeah. Endurance, 7 points. But you got nothing to spend the extra point on. Okay. Intelligence, dexterity, 7 points. Throw missiles, potion making, or cave lore, or tool use. There you go, potion making. And you've got dexterity 9. There we go. Sounds about right. Not what I'm interested in, though. Because there is that passage there, and I want to see where it goes. Can't get via Fort Spire, then where does this go? Cave of Spirits, beware. Certainly interesting. In a secluded cranny on this broad ledge, you find a small abandoned building. Inside, you find a bandit supply cache. You loot it. There's some gold, some crude weapons which you leave behind, and a flask. Take it. So it's a potion of some kind, but I don't know what it is. But we have found a way to the other side of the abyss. Welcome to the abyss. You're on your own. Spire 25 miles north. It's a strange patch of mushrooms here. Okay, they're very pretty. Thanks to your knowledge of cave lore, you also realise that this breed of mushroom often grows near mandrake. Searching through some scree, you manage to find a small patch of this valuable potion ingredient. Okay. Okay, you tell your names to the guard on the other side of the narrow barred window. After a few moments, the portcullis slides open. You are free to leave the abyss. Okay. Okay, you try to pass through the gate. The large green room glows. The box you were given in Almaria suddenly becomes incredibly heavier. You stumble, then stop. Then you back away. The box becomes light again. Okay. There you go. Welcome to, well, see, shall we? This is the Southern Abyss. This huge cave is dominated by a number of awesome stone spires. They are grey pillars shaped like the dripping wax from candles, stretching from the cave floor to the ceiling many feet above. This is the Abyss. Avernum sends all the criminals and violent exiles that can't fit in with the peaceful cooperative society to the south. The Abyss has clearly been given the least desirable of the caverns of Avernum. Although this is a beautiful place, it is a rocky one. Mushrooms don't grow well here, and it is colder here than to the south. This is an inhospitable place and potentially a very dangerous one. Okay. That looks like it might be something. Okay, so there's a passage to the west. We'll have a look at that coming up. Arania. Oh, hell. You would have to push your way through thick rope-like webs to continue down this large granite gallery. The webs are fresh and sticky. You look around and see the spiders responsible for the obstruction. They are approaching you slowly, fangs bared. They aren't very fast. You could easily slip away. Giant spider and Elder Irana. Okay. Oh, that's going to help out so much. Divine fire. Arania fangs. You smell this hut long before you see it. There is alchemy going on here, serious alchemy. the making of powerful potions, or at least highly noxious ones. When you get close, you can see a small withered old man standing in front of his tiny stone hut. He is tending to a small patch of mushrooms, an unusual sign of life in these mostly barren caves. Approach and talk to him. You walk up to the old man and introduce yourself. He says that his name is Zavlek and that he provides the abyss with potions for healing another person. He politely explains that since you are from Avernum, he won't sell to you. Then he says, I can help you though. You are adventurous, some drakes. Very few have black fangs, very rare, but very valuable for the potions. Bring me one of them and I will let you read a few of my magical scrolls. They may help you in your travels. With that, you bid him farewell. Okay. You meet a band of fighters. They aren't brigands exactly. They're the closest thing the abyss has to a militia. When they get a good look at you, though, it only takes for a moment for them to decide to extort money from you. One of them extends a growing hand. Come on, Voles. You want to visit our land? You have to pay the toll. 10 coins, or you'll regret it. Sure, we'll give money. You pay. The pal thugs laugh, pocket the coins, bow mockingly, and wander away. Cave Giants. Welcome to the Spire. Welcome to Spire. Visitors warned. The laws are harsh here. Okay. Talking to Cliff, you meet a very tall man with a permanent sneer worn into his face. What do you sell here? He spits at your feet. I don't like to sell to voles, but I'll give you a break. I've got some armour and weapons I'll unload on you. With such kindness, how could I not buy some of your wares? You almost make me want to steal from you. Indeed I shall. There you go. I have no inclination to be a hero to such rude people. And that's all there is to it. Town well, no spitting. Ew. Several pillars have been placed here. Wrongdoers are tied to them and pelted with garbage, stones and worse. This is a pretty tough town. Eustace's supplies. Okay. A bloated, dark-skinned man watches you carefully. He is surrounded by slabs of disreputable-looking meat and loaves of greenish bread. So, what's for sale? Well, you can purchase dried food here for wherever you're going. There's some interesting sights around here. What sights do you recommend? He grins, showing you the food in his teeth. Just leave town and wander around for a while. I'm sure some of the loyal and friendly residents of the Abyss will come and greet you eventually. Just be sure to buy some rations before you go. Okay. That's a poor selection. Looking for anything? Yeah. We need good cheap wine. You voles make the best. Bring me wine and I'll bring you 35 coins a jug. Only the cheap wine though. None of your expensive fancy stuff. So I can bring cheap wine from Almira. The writing on this sign has been scratched away. Whoa, okay. Poor fur. A torch. We shall see about that later on, I think. Eunice's apothecary. An ancient harridan with alchemy-stained hands and arms sits hunched behind the counter. What do you trade in? You can purchase potions here, nothing fancy like you voles make. You can sell me your stuff too. I buy any of the nice vole things I can find and sell them to the people here. Why did you call me a vole? She makes a hissing noise at you, because I hate voles. It's people like you who put us here in this pit with the giants and thieves. Now do your business with me and get out of my shop. Okay, I'd like to do some shopping. Okay. I can sort of understand the logic behind the abyss, but who's to say all these people did anything? Office of Mina, Mayor of Spire. Aha. Okay, this is well known. Hello, you. This is a short, strong-looking woman with long black hair and a leather jerkin. She stands in front of a fine carved wood throne and watches you carefully. Her throne room is filled with wood. She must be very wealthy. Okay. Do you know who's in charge here? I'm the boss of this town, the mayor. I watch over things and I don't want any interference. Do your business, and when you get called a vole, take it as a compliment. This town has a mayor? Yes, vole, I run this town. No thievery, no killing, no trouble. Anyone messes up and I stretch their necks. That goes for voles too. I don't mean to interfere. I've had you vole visitors before. You come here all high and mighty, seeing your rejects, and you think you can do what you want. Take what you want. Well, I'll kill you in a cold second if you don't behave, and Micah can't do a thing about it. Believe it. I don't like getting called a vole. Tough. Get used to it. It's what we call you. You try to live in this pit and make your own docile copy of the hell above. Well, we're free, and we'll stay free, no matter where you throw us. Okay. We brought a small package for you. She takes the package, inspects it closely and grins. Excellent. She gives you a small pouch of coins. Disappointingly small. Return to Almera and speak with Dexter, and I'm sure you will be rewarded further. Okay. Could you tell us something about the abyss? Gladly, Vole. There are two sorts of people sent to Avernum. Docile fools who hope in vain for normal lives. They live in Avernum. And spirited fighting souls who live by no rules but their own, and they come here. Here? To the abyss, the freest place in the world, free of the Empire and free of you. And we don't care for your kind, so have a care when you walk around here. That's your fair warning. Okay. You found evidence that you're sending thieves to raid the Great Cave. You fool. If I had any fear of you, I would have you struck dead where you stand, but because I pity your idiocy, I will let you live. Get out of my sight. Okay. So go back to Dexter and further reward and something else. Okay, we can do that. Historical scroll, okay. And historical scroll. magic them open? I doubt it. Yeah. Basically, if I can open them with a lock, I can open them. But it sort of kind of makes, well, what's the point? You know? I already know that I can open them if I can the spire in. Talking to Carol. This is a slight young woman with angular features. She sits and drinks heavily. What are you in town for? Not much. I'm waiting for my scimitar to be repaired. Oh. Is it a nice weapon? That doesn't seem to be what she wanted to hear. She ignores you. Okay. Talking to Harry, you are being watched by a man with uneven teeth and a huge cavewood club at his belt. He wipes the counter with a dirty rag. What can I order? We don't serve drinks to voles. I'll put you in a room because business has been slow, but no booze. Nice room is 15, common room is 5. No trouble for you, and if something of yours gets stolen, I don't care. I like to stay in the common room. Spend a long, long night in the common room, surrounded by brigands and drunkards. The beds are lumpy and the bodies are unwashed. You are very happy to get away in the morning. The conversation ends. And we're going to leave it there. So, this has been Vane doing Let's Play Avernum. If you like what you see in here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. And please consider sponsoring me on Patreon. And until next time, goodbye.